Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Caleb James, the lead analyst over Arrowhead Pride, and I'm pleased to be back on another edition of the KC Sports Report, where I'll be breaking down the Chiefs film from the Commanders game here just on Monday night. Big win for the Chiefs. They get the win 28-7. The defense is absolutely balling. The offense is turning, has turned the corner seemingly to now they look like they have one of the most elite offenses in the NFL. So, got some good stuff to break down tonight. But first, make sure you go like and subscribe to the channel to make sure you get all the great content that Michael's putting out. And then make sure to go over and, check out Arrowhead Pride on all your social media platforms for the great content that we're putting out over there. But guys, this was such a fun game to watch and be able to break down. So I hope you guys enjoy what we've got here. So the Chiefs didn't score a touchdown on this play, but it's a really fun look, and I do like the wildcat concept with a guy like Rice, who's a good yak player, has good vision, and good cutback ability. When we come down here into the end zone view, you can see with Worthy back there also just a lot of confusion, but they run this little counter read look, and Rashid is just a little bit short of getting in there. We'll go back out and slow it down, though. So they're just running the basic counter plays. So Kingsley Suamatia and Jalen Moore are both going to be pulling. You're going to get down blocks on the right side, pardon me. Big kick out block from Kingsley, good block from Jalen Moore, where she makes one man miss, and then he dives just a little bit short, but all in all, a great play. So this is the play that Kelce is able to tie Priest-Holmes' record, and you see just out of the shotgun, Mahomes drops back, and he doesn't like what he sees initially, and he does a good job at looking everyone away, but then Kelce just pops free at the last second. And we'll go to the end zone here because this is a really well-blocked play all around. The offensive line does a good job. Jalen Moore, good job on the edge. Kingsley Suamatia, really good block inside there. But Mahomes, he starts to leave the pocket, and here's what happens. So you're going to see the high safety at the top of the screen and the linebacker over on the right side. They're going to be kind of there. They're both getting ready to kind of go out here and cover Kelce a little bit. But as Kelce gets into the route, you see Pacheco start to leak, and the linebacker goes that way. Kelce falls the other way, and he's got the safety in the bad spot. Goes up, makes the catch. Great throw from Mahomes. Love the chemistry between these two. This week was one of George Karlaftis' best games, and he did come away with a sack here. One of the big things just to take away from the game, though, was he was really good in run defense against the quarterback runs. But here, he does a good job of creating pressure. And when you go to the wide view, what I actually love about this play is the Chiefs actually fool the Commanders. They're actually playing zone coverage here. Washington was anticipating some sort of man, and it actually freaks out Mariota and causes him to scramble because his quick reads on little mesh routes weren't there. But when we come into the end zone view and you just take a look at Karlaftis, he's going against the right tackle. Big bull rush, gets his hands inside. He's knocking the guy back, fights off, and he actually falls down. He falls down, but he reaches up with that one hand at the end to bring down Mariota. Great effort on the play. Trent McDuffie is like the silent, he's the silent superstar of the NFL, and he plays way bigger than he is. And I love this play because he takes on a tight end, and then he does a great job to just pretty much just toss Mariota out of bounds here. So good, but you'll see who else helps him on this play. And actually, Mike Dana helps set things up because he does a good job of reading the play and then going back in pursuit. You see Jaden Hicks fighting over the top of the play also to prevent any sort of cutback. But let's take a look. We'll slow it down here. So they're just running like this counter read look. It's more where they're going to get the tight ends out as kind of lead blockers too. But you see McDuffie there at the top of the screen. He does an awesome job of reading the play himself, gets around the tight ends block, and then he cuts off Mariota. Mariota tries to like hurdle him or do something crazy. I don't know about that, but he just easily kicks him out of bounds. All right, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this week. We have a little bit of a shorter week up from a content standpoint just because of the Monday Night Football game. But I do hope that everyone enjoyed what we put out tonight. And hey, I really do appreciate you guys, tuning in, showing some interest in the film breakdown stuff. And I'm really appreciative to Michael for editing this stuff and putting it out on his platform. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to the KC Sports Report. You can go follow me on Twitter at CJ Scooms. Go follow Arrowhead Pride as well. Guys, we're going to have some more great content coming your way as the season progresses. Things are only going to heat up even more. Big matchup versus Buffalo coming this week, then the bye week. Then you got big matchups versus Denver and Indianapolis. These are the games that could decide decide the season and decide the AFC. So really looking forward to that. But I hope everyone has a great evening, and thanks for watching.